Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing to believe in His word in all true sincerity and sacrificing their lives and wills to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father named Yahweh, His only begotten Son named Yahweh Shai. And Lord, when this video is edifying, quick and straight to the point. This video right here will be centered around the hatred that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, has for Jacob. And ultimately, I'm going to play this video, but I'm going to really speak afterwards. But this video is highlighting, as I just said, the hatred that Esau Edom has for Jacob. And it shows you that racism still exists. And these Edomites know their time is coming. So I'm going to go ahead and get to this video real quick.
Y'all see how they talk to us, though? That's crazy. Y'all see how they talk to us, though? This is how they talk to us. And then you got the news and the media talking about we crazy. We got mental illnesses. Do everybody got to talk to them? Everybody got to say something, though. Come on, man. Close that door, bro. Oh, he didn't close the door on his dog, though? Now, he should be going to jail. You should be going to jail, man. This pisses me off right here, man. This is in North Carolina, man. We crazy and all that, but on the outskirts of these small towns, y'all see what's going on, man. This video is...
Alright, so that's pretty much the video. So, anyways, I'm going to give a little context on it. Basically, as the description said, that Jake was being targeted in a small town in North Carolina. Now, if you don't know by now, you really should know that in the South, they still have sundown towns. And in the South, it was very heavy oppression on Northern and Southern Kingdom, but we focusing on Southern Kingdom right now. And ultimately, that truck driver, he was dropping his load off at that particular spot or asking for directions. And, Edomites, they get to looking at you funny and strange when you ask them questions or talk to them. Now, the Jake didn't, you seen the video, the Jake wasn't coming at the other Edomite sideways. So, he was ultimately agreeing with his adversary quickly, not making any sudden movements, not, trying to be all rowdy with him, But the way those Edomites responded was with full aggression. And you notice and see that within how they act and how you're around them. So I'm going to start off with this real quick. Actually, I'll start with Ezekiel 35 real quick, because there's no way that you can sit up here and believe in your mind. And it's funny because Jake liked to stick up for Esau Edom. Like, oh, not all white people are bad. Not all Edomites are bad. And Jake be the number one individual trying to stand up for Esau Edom. But all these other nations know what Esau Edom he's not somebody you need to coincide yourself with. So this is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5, because thou hast a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had it in. Therefore, as I live, and saith the Lord Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And yet, the Lord had it to where Esau has hated Jacob since the womb, and I'm gonna get that too in Genesis. But ultimately, Esau, Edom have had this perpetual hatred for Jake since even going back to the garden, even going back to Cain and Abel, and the reincarnation of Jacob and Esau. That hatred has been a perpetual hatred for all this time and generations and reincarnations. Because why? That's our enemy. So for Jake to be sitting up here sticking up for Esau and Edom, saying, "Oh, all Edomites can be saved," that'll make the Heavenly Father a liar. And on top of that, that makes no sense, and it do not look right. So I'm going to read verse 7. Thus saith the Lord, I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. So yeah, the Lord is going to make Esau and Edom desolate. He's going to slaughter and have it to where Yahweh Shai is going to come back, and the elect are going to put Esau in captivity. But starting with Yahweh Shai, he's going to overthrow Esau Edom's system and destroy Esau Edom, and it's going to be that plain and simple. He's going to do that. He's going to do that. Here coming soon. That's why Esau Edom is prepping himself, prepping the world for that NWO, but it's going to fall, as it is in Job 20. So now, going back to that video. You notice that Jake was kind of put in a position of where he had to agree with his adversary quickly. And he had to use his head. He couldn't just be on full crash out mode, because you have to think he was in the middle of nowhere. It seemed like he needed help. Either he was lost or he didn't know where to drop his load, But ultimately, that's how these heathens act. That's how these heathens feel towards you. And it wouldn't have been nothing for them. All 4 or 5 of those men, probably a little bit more than that. It's easy for them to take you out back and slay you. But Jake had to use his wits, and he had to know what was going on. Even now, today, you have cities and places where you get that, where the spirit be like, you don't belong here. You Edomites looking at you everywhere you go, staring at you like you're just a big problem. Whole time they're the ones on the earth causing problems. And we see this. See this at jobs, at certain places you go. There's still sundown towns. So it's evident that that enmity, that hatred still exists. So this is Matthew chapter 5, and I start at verse 25. Because this is exactly what he had to do. He had to that Jake had to use wisdom. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. And ultimately, that's going into conduct. That Jake, those Edomites was walking up on him. And, really, once they started pressing him a lot, he should have just left. He was trying to get a conversation out of him because he probably needed help in some directions. But when you're dealing with individuals like that, it's best to stay away from them. And if they're coming up on you like that, leave. You don't want to be around individuals like that. Now I'm going to go to this Sirach chapter 9, because this goes into it also. What's that? So this is Sirach chapter 9 and verse 13. Keep thee far from thee the man that hath power to kill, so thou shalt no doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, that thou walkest among the battlements of the city. So yeah, be mindful of what you're around, and who you're around. That Jake didn't know where the fuck he was at in North Carolina. And you can see it look like some type of farm or some place where it deal with agriculture or construction. So you have to think, if it's like that around, how much more so where he's at. You know, they could have easily did him greasy in the back, as they say. They could have took him out back, beat him, and never seen again. And it's things like that happens. So it's not far fetched to believe that Esau, Edom, the so-called white men, don't hate you. He hates you Israelites. But you know what? Oh my God, it's Revelation 12 and 12. Because he know that he have but a short time. He's going to show he's going to show that hatred. He's going to show them horns. Just as he did in 586 BC with Nebuchadnezzar II. Esau, Edom was was ultimately, or not ultimately, he was there presently showing his hatred by putting Jake to death, harming Jake while we were being besieged and our temple got destroyed. So this is Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And yeah, the white supremacist, it's okay to be a white supremacist, but it's bad to be a so-called what's the term I want to use? Be knowledgeable and knowing that what these so-called white people, so-called Edomites, hate you, and it's wrong for you to feel like you're above them. But it's cool to be a white supremacist. We have to remember that these Edomites came here and took land that wasn't theirs, pursuant to 2 Ezra 13 and verse 40. Starting at verse 40. They took the land and colonized it. And even before then, they came to South America and did more of the Southern Kingdom. The Brazilians, Simeon, Levi. Oh no, not Simeon, Levi. Simeon, and Zebulon, and Naphtali, and Issachar, Asher, Gad, and Reuben. They did all of them worse. They started with Northern Kingdom first, and then Southern Kingdom got it right after. But you have to remember that this land that we're inhabiting here in America, aka Babylon the Great, was not established through peace. It was established by bloodshed, murder, and robbery and rape. That's exactly who we're dealing with. We're not dealing with somebody that's, hey, let's be nice. Let's try to work out. And even when he tried to so-called be nice, he had tactics to undermine those that were here. He undermined Gad and Reuben. And Gad and Reuben trusted him. And then what? He killed the buffalo. He starved them out. He pushed them out their land. He colonized them. These Edomites are colonizers. These devils are colonizers. They will kill you. They will take away your life for what they want. And I'm going to go to Habakkuk 2 to back that up. So it's not far-fetched that you so-called white people, you so-called, y'all want to say y'all the most peaceful and loving people on the earth when y'all far from that. And Jake just sitting around here going along with it because you got a job and you could go buy you some Jordans and stuff your mouth with McDonald's. You forget that your oppressor has quite literally brought you over here to be enslaved, Southern Kingdom. Grabbing you from the west coast of Africa. Then Gad and Reuben was already over here before we got over here and did it even worse to them. But anyway, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto himself, gathereth unto him all nations, and harpeth unto him all people. And yeah, that's what he doing. That's what Esau Edom does. He goes around, going around, conquering land, destroying the inhabitants of the land, destroying the resources of the land for what he wants and what he want to gain from that land, and remove their landmark. And take over their culture and act like that, these so-called Indians were savages, uncivilized, and not okay. When in all actuality, in Second Esdras just said, was that in Kings or in Second Esdras? It might have been both. But Northern Kingdom came over here to perform the laws. Because they got kicked out. Because why? They didn't keep the laws in Israel. So when they got kicked out, they came to the realization that we got our ass kicked because we didn't perform the laws properly. Idol worship. Now, granted, we know that Northern Kingdom still went off, but that was the main reason why they got kicked out. Idol worship. As it says, leave Ephraim alone because he's joined unto idols. Is he not joined unto idols? And it got worse after Solomon because Solomon introduced that by the women he dealt with. Idol worship. So from there, I'm going to go to this Genesis 37. I'm not going to make this too long. But it's evident that this point that Esau Edom has hatred for you is shown and it is known. It's not no mystery. It shouldn't be no mystery. And this is dealing with the birthright too as well. So this is Genesis chapter 27. Yeah, I got to go down a lot. So this is Genesis chapter 27. And start at verse 40. Yeah, start at verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Because why? Isaac was about to die. He was in his older age. He was blind. He couldn't see. He gave a prophecy that Esau and Edom is going to be ruling in these latter times. And Jacob is going to break that yoke of slavery. And not just that. Ultimately, Jacob is going to get the kingdom. So from there, keep reading. Let me see. Oh, yeah. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. Because he got supplanted out of the birthright and the blessing. In these words, Esau, her elder son, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. So he was okay with killing. Jacob because he got to plan out that birthright and that blessing. And he was bitter about it. So these are these same individuals from back then. Well, the same individual back then, he's here now. They're here now. And they're not, and when it's really time, we could go back, we could go back 50, 60, we could go back 70 years ago. That's about 2 or 3 people ago. We could go back there. We could go back 100 years ago. Jake, you was in chains. Y'all was slaves. Y'all couldn't even go. Y'all had to be Y'all had to be told what to do by Esau Edom, because why? Y'all couldn't even vote. Y'all couldn't even go on. Y'all had white restaurants. Y'all had white bathrooms. Y'all had white public areas, and you had color areas. Cause why? He hated you. He made it to where he humiliated you, and he showed that he hated you. So now, how can y'all say, "Oh, well, the white man," like this video that me and a few other brothers seen, that Jake was still trying to help this Edomite out, and he was stuck in a whole sinkhole. And he was like, I can't believe what you color people said. Or when it comes to you color people, I get nervous, sir. Not nervous, sir. Basically, long story short, when he sees people of different nationality being of an Israelite nationality, his spirit get risen up, and that prejudice come against him or come into him. They don't believe anything you say. They don't trust anything you say. And they're going to keep oppressing you. So therefore, we need the Lord, and it's just that simple. And the Lord's going to make it to what? I'll grab that 2 Ezra 6 and 9, and I end off on that. Because this is going to come to an end. Just because you could go to the Nike store, just because you could go get something to eat, just you could go have sex with a white girl, just because you could have some liberty, does not mean Esau Edom does not hate you. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And what? The Lord is going to have it to what? Jacob is going to be ruling. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to be ruling in the earth for eternity. Not just for a period of 1,000 years. We're going to rule for eternity. That 1,000 years is what's the word I want to use? That 1,000 years is exclusive to Israelites of the elect of Israel. Let me say it like that. For Israelites, but primarily the elect. It's not for everybody. But Lord willing, this video is edifying. Before I close, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Lord willing, this video is edifying, and on to the next one. Shalom.